Welcome to Mancester Utd Transfer HQ, the home of daily football and transfer updates. Subscribe now and join the community of true football lovers. Never miss a moment from the beautiful game. My first news is Antony reunion on for £43 million Man United star who wants out after getting fed up with Ruben Amorim. Contact made. Real Betis are keen on a January deal for Manchester United forward Joshua Zirkzee and reuniting him with Antony, according to a report in the Spanish press, as team talk reveals whether the Red Devils could offload the Dutchman. Antony spent the second half of last season on loan from Man United at Betis and revived his career at the Spanish club. The 25-year-old Brazil international winger scored 9 goals in 24 starts for Betis and earned a €25 million, £21.7 million, $29.1 million, permanent deal in the summer of 2025, with Man United also inserting a 50% sell-on clause into the contract. Betis, who finished 6th in La Liga under manager Manuel Pellegrini, have now taken a shine to Zirkzee and believe that they could revive the Netherlands international forward, according to a Spanish report. On October 7, the Daily Mail reported that Zirkzee wants out of Man United, revealing that the £43 million, €49.5 million, $57.7 million. Forward has been so frustrated with manager Ruben Amorim that he has reached a point where he is looking for an exit route in January. The former Bologna star's frustration has escalated significantly in recent weeks, with the 24-year-old worried about his place in the Netherlands squad for the 2026 World Cup finals. According to Fishages, Betis sense an opportunity to sign Zirkzee in the January transfer window and plan to propose a loan deal for the second half of the season. Betis have already held initial informal contacts with the players' representatives and hope to build on past contacts with the Old Trafford board. The Spanish news outlet has added that Man United are open to sending Zirkzee out on loan in the January transfer window. Zirkzee has played only 74 minutes in the Premier League for Man United so far this season. During the 2024-25 campaign, Zirkzee made 49 appearances for Man United, scoring 7 goals and giving 3 assists in the process. Man United open to Joshua Zirkzee exit, sources. Fishages is not one of the most reliable sources, so the claim that Betis are actively in talks with Zirkzee must be taken with a pinch of salt. However, there is no doubt that the Man United forward is the subject of intense interest from a number of clubs. Team Talks transfer insider, Dean Jones, has reported that Man United are open to letting Zirkzee leave on loan or on a permanent deal in the January transfer window. Sources have said that while Man United boss Amorim appreciates the Dutchman's qualities, the Portuguese manager does not view him as a natural fit within his preferred attacking system. Team Talk understands that Zirkzee is considering his future at Man United, with Everton and West Ham United interested in the forward. Como, too, are interested in the former Bayern Munich forward, who would like to stay in the Premier League if he were to leave Man United in the middle of the season. Reliable journalist Fabrizio Romano has also given his take on Zirkzee's future, adding that West Ham have made a call. Romano said on his YouTube channel, Zirkzee is basically not playing that much this season. So, obviously, not happy with the current game time, but it doesn't mean that Zirkzee is unhappy with Man United or Zirkzee is pushing for a move. Obviously, if they get to January in the next 3 months and Zirkzee keeps not playing, that could be a possibility for Zirkzee to explore a move away in a World Cup season, but at the moment, nothing about this. We will see in January, but it will depend on the game time. Zirkzee, obviously, like all the players in the world, wants to play football. He's young. He wants to develop. He wants to be an important part of the team. At the moment, he's not playing that much. Man United only play at the moment one competition. So that's why the situation is probably complicated. But again, Zirkzee is not forcing a move out of Manchester United. Zirkzee could move if, in January, he is still not playing that much. There is interest from several clubs in Italy and also in England. For example, West Ham are showing some interest in Joshua, but at the moment, nothing more than this. Just some calls to understand the situation and that's it. We will see what's going to happen for the January transfer window. Still early to say with Zirkzee focused on Manchester United. Latest Man United news, ANT0NY truth, Real Madrid decision. Sources have told Team Talk that should Xerxes leave Man United, then the Red Devils will look to sign another striker. ANT0NY has been linked with a move to Man United, and our transfer insider, Dean Jones, has revealed whether the striker could end up at Old Trafford in January. Man United have also learned whether they would be able to sign an Inter Milan star in 2026. And finally, Man United will be overjoyed to know that Real Madrid have decided not to pursue a deal for the Red Devils' number 1 midfield target. My second news is Man United backed to agree once unthinkable deal amid Romano update on 99% done transfer. Manchester United are reportedly willing to agree a once unthinkable deal on one key condition, while Fabrizio Romano has an update on a transfer. There has been major upheaval at Man United in recent months as Ineos sanctioned a significant squad overhaul after last season's 15th place finish in the Premier League. The Red Devils invested around £230 million as one of the summer's biggest spenders to sign Sen Lamens, Benjamin Sesko, Brian Buemo and Mateus Cunha, while they offloaded most of the deadwood. Marcus Rashford, Alejandro Garnacho, Antony, Jadon Sancho and Rasmus Højlund were among the players to move elsewhere in the summer, and it has been assumed that Casemiro will leave when his current contract expires in 2026. However, Casemiro has played regularly for Man United this season, and a new report from Football Insider's Pete O'Rourke has backed them to agree a new deal as long as he accepts a pay cut after this was unthinkable a year ago. Read, Petty Amorim hate narrative debunked as 50 more stars in extended England World Cup ladder. It does appear that Højlund's future is away from Man United, as Romano recently claimed that there is a 99% chance of his loan to Napoli becoming permanent next year. Now, Romano has doubled down on this claim and pointed out that the Red Devils are quite convinced that they will sell Højlund next year. Manchester United are quite convinced that that obligation to buy will be triggered for Rasmus Højlund. Romano said on his YouTube channel, Højlund is expected to stay at Napoli. The transfer fee is already clear, €6 million already received by Manchester United as loan fee and €44 million for the buy option clause becoming an obligation under certain conditions. Højlund will also have a release clause at Napoli valid from 2027. Not next summer but from summer 2027 for €85 million. It has also been suggested that Joshua Zirkzee could leave Man United next year as he has only been a bit part player this season. It has even been reported that the forward is unhappy at Old Trafford, though Romano has confirmed that he is happy to fight for his place. With Zirkzee, he is fighting for his place at Man United and he wants to fight for his place at Man United, Romano added. In January last year, Juventus wanted him but he decided to stay. United decided to keep him in the summer even with Italian clubs back at the table. Zirkzee is very happy to stay and fight for his place. But now it's October. He is not playing that much. So obviously he is not happy with the current game time, but it doesn't mean that he is unhappy with Man United or he is pushing for a move. At the moment he is training hard, working hard and trying his best to help Manchester United. Obviously if they get to January in the next 3 months and Zirkzee keeps not playing, that could be a possibility for him to explore a move away in a World Cup season, but at the moment nothing about this. So we will see in January, but it will depend on the game time. My last news is, winds me up, Alejandro Garnacho called out for entitlement in Chelsea. Shocker, Alejandro Garnacho's sense of entitlement during Chelsea's win over Nottingham Forest has been blasted by Troy Deeney. The Argentine was making only his second Premier League start for the Blues since joining from Manchester United £40 million. The 21-year-old, who is yet to score in his first 5 appearances under Enzo Maresca, had a golden opportunity to impress for the visitors. Chelsea were without Enzo Fernandez, Moises Caicedo, and, crucially, talisman Cole Palmer, for the 3-0 win at the City Ground. Garnacho, having started the 2-1 win over Liverpool before the international break, was afforded another chance in Maresca's 11. However, the winger was virtually anonymous for Chelsea in a poor first half, and TalkSport commentator Deeney was far from impressed. Following a poor cross, Deeney told Game Day, "Really disappointed in Garnacho today. Not sold on him anyway, as you know." Minutes later, the Argentina international drew an ironic cheer from Forest fans after failing to bring the ball under control in the corner. I'm not an expert on body language, but his entitlement wins me up no end, Dini added. The fact that he hasn't sprinted yet once, and we are 33 minutes into a game. He's not running with any intensity. He's not saying, do you know what? I'm in a fortunate position that I've left Man United at a poor moment and come to a Chelsea team that are flying. He's been given a start, his second of the season, and he's not giving you anything. He's not running around. Every time the ball comes out to him, he's like, unless it's perfect, he's not gonna run. The sense of entitlement in the young man is frightening. While Garnacho awaits his first Chelsea goal, he did grab an assist for Richard Rios' own goal in the Champions League victory over Benfica. Yet at half-time against Forest, he had just 18 touches, only one of which was in the opposition box and created 0 chances. Garnacho boasted an expected assist rate of 0.01, with only 1 successful dribble and 0 shots. Dini continued, he's got ability, there's no doubt about that. The boy is very talented, but in games, you have to do the basics well first. It's just coming out to him now, but look, after Garnacho loses his one and only aerial duel, no desire, doesn't even go for the header. He's expecting that the ball should be played to him, and then once he gets involved, then he'll run around. He runs at like half pace, half mass, I don't know. My concern with his Chelsea team is always that they're young, but who's the one driving it? Who's that older player now that's going, right, let's get after it. Garnacho's just walking around. If I was Jeremy Gittins or Tariq George, I'd be running up and down, warming up, and letting the manager know that I'm ready to go because this is really, really poor. Maresca agreed with Dini's verdict as Garnacho was duly hooked at halftime, with Jamie Gittins one of 3 subs sent on at the break. The former Borussia Dortmund star joined Moises Caicedo and Marc Guiu in coming on, with the changes proving instantaneous. Garnacho's opposite number on the Chelsea wing, Pedro Neto, turned provider for the visitors' opening goal minutes after the restart. The Portuguese star's cross was turned home by Josh Achimpong, with Neto himself adding a second almost instantly after before Reece James added a third late on. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Mancester Utd Transfer HQ, and turn on notifications so you're always in the loop with the latest transfer news and rumors. One more thing, what are your thoughts on these updates? Comment below.